What's up, guys? Tim in the North here, back with some more AoE2 ranked matches. Today we are in Arena, playing against Africano. Good luck, have fun. So some sportsmanship at the very beginning. Obviously, if you've seen the thumbnail, you know what's coming here, right? We're gonna get castle dropped. So yeah, we'll speed things up a little bit here, but you know, the nicest, at least from my experience, the nicest and most politest players at the beginning of the game are the ones that are gonna do you the dirty, and the most dirty, by dropping a castle on your face without even taking you out to dinner first. So, you know, I'm expecting it, and you know, it's not gonna be too much of a surprise. I've dealt with it enough at this point, so I did want to upload this video because I've learned to expect it, and I'm starting to get better at planning around it. So maybe if you're a lower elo, you're low elo legends, and you're struggling with dealing with this tactic, maybe this video will help you out a little bit. And I hope it does, because the more that we can discourage players from early castle drops, the better off we are, especially at the lower elos, right? Because let's face it, a castle in Castle Age is a massive power spike. It's difficult to deal with because you don't have trebs yet. Obviously, you know, rams can take a castle down, but you know, if you have any vills under the castle, like most people will when they drop a castle, because they usually try to drop it next to a resource, and the vills can easily wipe up a couple rams. You're not gonna have many rams out at the very, you know, in Castle Age, because your eco isn't exactly there yet to put out mass production of them. So look at this. 13, wow. We're going for 13 vills stone to get that castle down. And like I said, I'm expecting it. That's why I have my 3 on here. And just to back things up a little bit, I don't want to spend a ton of time doing this. I click up, you know what, we're not. The last 3 vills, before I click up to feudal age, I put on stone. And it's to deal with this, right? So all of these vills are coming forward, 13 of them, and they're looking to drop a castle right on my base here. And he knows exactly where he wants to put it. This has already been scouted. He wants to put it on the stone, because after the castle's built, can immediately start mining more stone to drop another castle inside the base. This isn't, you know, isn't something new that I've seen. It's the same thing every time. And, you know, like I said, I've learned to start trying to manage it rather than panicking. First strat, I'm going to be honest with you, this is something I picked up from a video watching Hera talk about. You know, you build a second wall inside your walled base. You try to go between tree lines, so that's why this market is here along with this. I put this barracks here next to the gold, a house here. I'm dropping archery ranges, and the reason I've done that is because it's Japanese. I want to get skirms out, and you know, I usually see archers come in for Japanese. When I've seen Japanese players, or you know, civs do play this. So going for 3 archery ranges here. I have enough for a castle. I'm just not up the Castle Age yet. This is something I need to get a little bit better at and faster with. But yeah, this castle's here, immediately targeting one part of the map. It's right up against my gate here, so this is no longer something I can just run through. As I said, it's 13 more back on stone. And now this does hurt the eco at home, though, right? Because you have 13 on stone. It's not going to improve your economy. It's just something that can help make a production building for you. So a scout comes in here, immediately wants to try harassing, right? And you know, it's what they you know, they do. They're familiar with this, they're comfortable with it, and, you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating as hell to deal with, I gotta be honest. So, it's kind of like tower rushes too, but scouting around in here, pulling some attention. My opponent is almost up to another castle. Castle's targeting the market here, and that's a little bit of a problem for me. I usually do abuse the market a little bit in Arena. I usually find myself getting a ton of stone. So, yeah, a ton of stone. A ton of wood, so I can sell that off pretty early, get a nice amount of gold from it when needed. I've clicked up to Elite Skirms, by the way. Also gotten Botk and Arrow, which will also help with, you know, fighting back this castle with my own castle. But yeah, so pretty close idle TC time. I'm grabbing a university so I can get ballistics. I have not dropped a town center yet, which I probably should have. I don't have enough on food though, is really the problem with trying to do that. But my biggest issue is, you know, I'm trying to deal with this pressure here. Like I said, at lower elos, it's frustrating to deal with. Because, you know, normally you're booming back here, you're putting farms down, dropping TCs, doing all that fun stuff, but now this is an extra thing I have to pay attention to. So these vills are coming in here. I do see this because obviously I have wall sight, and they want to drop another castle. So I have these guys sitting here. Yeah, he was going deep for this castle. I don't know why he clicked in so far, but he did. So he's gonna lose some vills there, and I know that he wants to put another castle in here now, and I am going to try addressing that short. My opponent has finally dropped 2 other town centers, but their eco is, you know, not in as great shape as mine. I'm up to 10.6k collected, only 8,000 for my opponent, and that's largely because of travel time for these vills and building a castle with 13. It goes up faster, but it does take time. Trying to get a barracks down here. I'm assuming it's because it's the first one that they've put down. So that's interesting to keep in mind too, right? They skipped out on barracks, so they're really behind on any kind of military production. So I should have been out here with some of my military trying to harass though, but I'm dropping a siege workshop here, and I'm dropping it because of the fact that they wanted to put a castle in here somewhere. So siege workshop is down. I grabbed my gold upgrade for gold mining just so I can get more gold coming in with the amount of vills that I have. I only have 4 vills on there. I have plenty of gold. I'm not making gold units right now, but I am starting to make rams. When it is booming back here pretty nicely. Pretty balanced. Over 1,000 stone. Gold here. PC's on gold. Markers clicked out here, so alright. Siege workshop for my opponent. So couldn't get in there and drop another castle, so let's go in with some onagers. My opponent is going to have to repair this castle at some point as well. There's the archery range. I guess he saw this. Yeah, he saw the ram come. But he wanted to repair that. What I liked about this is that this ram can sit in here. They also can't attack me from the sides, but obviously this guy could run in through here and start doing work. So I decided to just take the fence down so it's easier for me to park right here and then pull the ram back out and hopefully get this guy. I did target him. So there's some micro here for me trying to get this down and beat this castle up a little bit. Only 1 ram in the works for me. I did finally grab wheelbarrow here, but no luck with the ram, unfortunately. 22 on food for myself. I am booming back here quite nicely. I am almost ready for a second castle. Like I said, not 1,000 stone like my opponent. He has dropped back to this gold. Obviously, these 10 villagers, which were 13, are they in here? No, there were 13 vills. I killed, I guess, 3 of them with the skirms earlier. They need to start doing something to help click up to Imperial Age, right? So putting them on gold when you had enough gold is not gonna do it, but at least they're getting something in for units later, right? So this castle's starting to get beat up a little bit. I'm gonna drop a second castle. I have the stone for it, and I wanna get rid of this. And I know that the castle's within range of the siege workshop, so this is the get off my face push here. So my opponent is trying to mass something back here, putting down more production buildings. My scout's just chilling, but opponent has more on wood and gold than food right now. So you have to think they're going, or their thought is to go with range. The onager's out here, sorry. Missed that. Onager did come out, and I need to get this castle up, and this onager is going to deny me here. This castle is almost there. Almost there. So I do send the skirms forward. I just want to get this onager down so I can build this castle. A second Bill comes on in to help fix that. I am going to lose some skirms to the castle fire though. Siege workshop is getting attacked by my skirms here. This castle goes up, and I think I just leave it targeting the castle for now. So, nope, I did target the siege workshop. Get it out of here, right? Houses for my opponent, because they are going to lose this castle at some point. I think they know that, so they're getting houses down in preparation. Not too efficient of a wood line, but mine aren't going to be any better anytime shortly. Flat on gold. Both quite a bit of idle town center time here. Onager's come out again, but that onager isn't going to stand a chance. Under castle fire, at least. I still only have 4 on gold. This gold is completely rejected right now. This isn't the greatest spot to mine gold. I do want to repair this castle, right? Because it's kind of important for me holding this position. My opponent has clicked up the imp along with himself. We have Botkin arrow. Did grab forging, but not too much else in terms of upgrades here. We've been playing a lot of building combat. I am starting to produce some archery ranges down here in preparation to mass more range units. No farms around that mill. My opponent does have a Vil lead at the moment, and that's largely because I've idled my TCs far too much. And it's probably for me trying to, deal with this, being stressed out. You're brave at the very beginning, and eventually, you're like, oh man, I'm almost there, and then you kind of just double in or drill down on just managing the pressure out here. So probably should have done a little bit better job managing eco. There's really too much on stone here. Not in need of another castle. I have 1,000 and some wood. Just put more farms down, dude. Put more farms down. But my opponent is trying to put a castle over here. It's very bold. Just very bold. I'm gonna get some more kills here on these vills. As you see, we're both trying to expand out into the central part of the arena. I do have a Treb out on the battlefield from both castles. This onager, though, is going to go down before taking out this Treb. Castles have been cleared. Let's go. So, we're back to a normal game now. My opponent does have some rams out here. That's kind of interesting. I'm gonna opt to drop the castle back here instead of right next to my base. They saw all this when the Vills came walking by, so they know that they need to build some sort of defense over here, especially if they want to protect this town center. We're in Imperial Age, so there's a lot that clean up a town center pretty quickly, right? I'm making some rams again. I want to push this back, right? I know I'm okay out here. I have production buildings, so I don't want anything coming in through the holes of my base. But I know that I've done a very poor job at managing eco here. I've also done a very poor job at keeping the town centers running. And that's, you know, just something I have to clean up. But it's also just trying to manage the stress of the game. Opponent's grabbing capped ram. Grabbing conscription. Want to get units out faster. Opponent is also grabbing here though. Yikes. That is not a good matchup for skirms. So these rams are coming in here, dude. And I have no melee units to deal with this. So this isn't good. I've done a great job to push this all back, and now is it all going to be lost to rams? I don't even think I realize this. I'm trying to manage this out here. I'm building some... I think I know at this point. I did move this trebuchet. So this castle is going to go down. Does not stand a chance against all those rams. I think I just targeted this by accident, so that treb's going to go down. These light cav, I did pull back, deal with this. So it's just a matter of how much damage can they do before they're eliminated. Clicked right on the castle. Probably would have been better to go for the treb though, right? Because you know that the castle is going to be protected here. There's vills around it that can repair, and you have you know, military in your back. They did get the treb though, so hats off for being aware to that. Do have wings. While that was going on, I did push through here with my ram. I have some light cav back here trying to harass, so officially doing some damage, right? We're idling eco substantially here, and probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but the problem is I have trash units and trash units versus gold units, and I'm not going to stand a chance here. And I knew that, so I sent these guys straight towards the vills to try to get as much damage as possible before being, you know, cleaned up here. I just don't have a solution for Cavalier right now, which is unfortunate. I have enough skirms to, you know, chip away, but it's not gonna be enough long term. But 33 eco kills for me and 6 for my opponent. Yeah, I'm looking for here right now. Trying to micro from mangonels and also try to deal with Cavalier here. Yikes! That was a big loss. So, will this get another shot off? It'll miss though. It get a shot off. I have some lights on the arena finally. I'm also trying to produce more trebs. Like I said, I want to get this. I know there's production buildings over here. We don't need him producing out of there. This Vill's chilling, watching ball. And yeah, I have a lot of pressure here in their base, which is idled 23 of the Vills that they have. So these farms aren't active, and I know this. And that's why I'm trying to just be annoying and keep them off of these farms and off of these farms. Make them have to go somewhere else. I know that they can't expand out into here, so I'm sending a lot of trash just over here to keep him off of his resources. So some rams also being produced by me. I just saw right here. What I really need to do is get a castle down. But I've also officially gotten up the Cavalier. Fortunate enough. I do have a score lead now, but I'm not doing a good job producing units though. There's a lot of food, gold, and wood. I could be making a lot more gold units instead of hussars, or I could be making archers over skirms, or just producing skirms would probably be more beneficial for me at this point. Okay, so this is what I did with the ram. I clicked it over here. Yeah, I should have done skirms or something right here to protect these trebs. These trebs are in trouble because the Cavaliers are somewhat resilient to the castle fire, and I don't have any vills in here to improve the castle fire, so that's troubling. It looks like one of the trebs was saved. I do have 3 here, so I'm ready to push this again, but I don't have anything to deal with the Cavalier really. I'm dropping another siege workshop right here, just so the rams don't have to travel as far. Again, still keeping my opponent off of the green here. I am getting vills. There was a vill to kill in there, but I'm getting some of my hussar in there to do some damage to building. But I'm gonna lose another treb here. So at some point I did click the rally point back here to try and get some meat shields for the trebs, because as I said, I need to get production building. I'm not doing a great job of it. Like I said, I'm idling my opponent, but I'm not doing enough damage, and my opponent is dropping some stables here. But we're finally getting these building. So I probably should have grouped these up and targeted them on a single building, kind of like I'm doing here, getting this one down. I finally clicked this treb forward, but another siege workshop. I want to get rams in here until I can get trebs, but my opponent is now starting to push back my production units or building right here. So that's going to slow down Cavalier from... I've stopped producing bills, so did my opponent a while back, probably. Probably not the smartest thing to do. Get up to like 120 to 130 at least. Don't give up. I have three siege workshops, and I got siege rams. My opponent has trebs, so we're both trying to trade positions here. I did get 1 siege ram into here, which is going to do a ton of damage. This is going to look pretty bad for my opponent, but I'm going to lose some of these stables here, which is going to really slow down my production, which I wasn't taking advantage of anyway. All this food and gold, and I'm just not shift clicking. I sent these siege rams to the castle, and I thought that was gonna be enough, but my opponent said no. I'm gonna send bills forward here to deal with that. I'm losing position back here with the Cavalier that are coming in, and it's largely because I'm running out of stables to produce meat shields. And my opponent is starting to mass some Cavalier here. So these 4 trebs are doing work. Yeah. Town center went down, but the castle's absolutely safe right now. Especially with the samurai there. I got more siege rams coming in, but again, it's just they're gonna get clipped by the samurai. This has all been pushed back. I got a nice little mass of units here. These trebs are completely exposed though. I am sending something there to help deal with it, but it's, they're gonna get 2 of the rams down. And my skirms are being cleaned up here by Cavalier. So this treb isn't safe. Sent this ram to somewhere else, so hopefully take down another building. Clicking up for another melee armor defense. Yeah, this is just bad. I'm losing position here when throwing, and my opponent's dropping another castle. I did lose all of my stables that I had over here. I don't think I have any stables at all, and that's kind of a shocker to me, because I think at some point while I was doing this, I was trying to produce Cavalier because I had plenty of gold and food, and I was like, why am I not having any stables pop up when I did the select all stables? And that was why they were all taken down. So I'm trying to drop stables down here. 4 of them, I need to get units out fast because I'm not going to be able to hold this for much longer. I've also decided to drop my own forward castle, and I completely forgot about these. No, these 2 villas are coming in here, so I'm trying to clean this up as fast as I can while also get this castle. But I'm losing the numbers game here, and it's because I didn't have stable. Thinking back now, I would have had this build a wall around these villas. Because these Cavalier are going to mop up these skirms without any trouble. And the samurai is slaughtering villas. You see their stutter, that's me clicking as fast as I can. And this castle is going to be stopped. Wow. It was right there. Right there. So these villas will come into play shortly. I'm trying to get units out. I'm also making skirms. I've clicked up to 17 Cavalier to join the 6 that are on the field. Opponent Cavalier still on stone, but my opponent's gotten resources back. He was in a tough spot earlier, but now he's getting momentum, which isn't good. Just slightly have a vill lead. I did get up to 103 vills. Did think to start making a few more of those. Again, skirms getting cleaned up here, but at least I have some Cavalier in here. Sorry, they're paladins now. I have some paladins in here. I started to make barracks because the Cavalier have been a bit of a problem for the skirms at this point. All these gold. Yeah, obviously there's nothing to deny here anymore. So this castle isn't a big deal. It just allows me to make trebs in here and not have to worry about the travel time from this spot. But yeah, more Cavalier coming in for my opponent. Hussar. Paladin's the way to go though. I haven't seen Halbs out, so I know that I'm safe to invest into cavalry at this point. I want to get this castle down. I have a bit of a grudge against it now because of the fact that it slaughtered a bunch of my rams and I didn't have a whole lot of success against it, so I am thinking about that. I am massing quite a bit of military here, so I am regaining some stability here. But opponent is not spending resources either. They've ran out of bills on gold, so this got finished up over here. I guess they're trying to set up economy back up. Trebs in on that castle, producing a monastery. Produced 2 monasteries. I guess they were trying to counter the paladins. Also trying to get a market down because I killed their market over here. But I'm finally getting some raids in. But I think it's at a point block print. Okay. I'm not sure block printing. I have to look that back up. I've decided to click all the paladins to this town center. They'll do more damage to the building than what the building will do units around it at this point with these numbers. Those are all going to get clicked up. We are going to see some exchanges out here again. Trebs are coming forward. They're under the protection of Castle Fire. I have my rally point over here. I've set my Trebs to this castle now. My opponent is sending forth a bunch of vills to drop a castle here to try and, extend protection, but there is enough there's enough cavalry here to deal with the trebs, and I seen the vills coming in, so I just selected half of them and clicked them onto the vills over here. So this castle has been denied. Cavalier here for my opponents. Really, my opponent fell off on not producing units. Same issue I was facing earlier, just not producing anything. Doubling down to try and get this castle in. Again, it's, you live by castle drops, you're gonna die by castle drops, right? Because that seems to be the trend that I've seen with people who lower elos. I don't want to say the castle drops are a completely skillless strategy, but people I've talked to, like, if you can get past the initial pressure, a lot of people are one-trick ponies, and they kind of fall apart afterwards because, you know, they've had success. They get people to tap out early, and they don't get to evolve their late game very well. And I think that's kind of what we've seen here. You know, I also fell behind on villager production and, you know, unit production, but that initial castle drop, you've seen, it was very, you know, it just seemed well polished, right? Right against the fence, immediately on the stone, attacked the side of the wall. So it was, you know, at a part away from my secondary wall for like a, you know, if a castle comes down, I guess, you know, there's another entry point. Siege workshop right there. Was ready to push another castle in there, and then after that, it all kind of fell apart. It probably wouldn't have gone this long if I had kept military production units coming in, but, you know, it's just, if you're struggling, if you're a lower elo like myself, and you're struggling against, you know, the castle drops on arena, you got to get past that initial pressure, and then you'll see most players at lower elos kind of cave. So yeah, there's another one in the chamber that I haven't done a recording for, but I can tell you that I have another castle drop video from another opponent. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a fun one to play. Hats off to Africano for your match. I think I've played you a few times now. You're pretty decent. Need to get past that. Need to get past that castle drop though. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. For now, feel free to like, comment, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.